And the thing that I learned wasn't, it was always just go, figure it out, and just say yes first. Say yes, and then it'll take you somewhere.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they boot up their consoles and discuss this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore. I'm Austin.
I'm Shane. I'm Connor.
And we're here to talk about cosplayers because they tie into Halo lore, ? And we have a very special guest. But before we get on to that, JumperScape.com if you want to get plugged into our community or find ways to support us, which, speaking of supporting us, the Halo community calendar for 2026 just got a discount. Count. $25 instead of $50.
Double check that.
Because
I was not ready for the echo effect. I almost just spit my water everywhere.
Reason being is because it was two things. One, 50 is a lot, and we got that feedback loud and clear. Two, because if we actually got that funded, let's say that it funded with the people just going for the $50, we would have maybe max 65 calendars to toss out. That would leave a lot of production overhead, just with so much money left over from the actual Kickstarter project, it would no longer be worth it. So we moved it down, so now the $50 tier is still available. If you already backed at $50, then you are eligible. You'll get an email after the campaign ends. You'll be eligible to actually get $50 worth of the add-ons for free. So you'll get a $100 value for your backing, and it'll all be maintained for you. But otherwise, if you haven't donated yet and you feel like getting a calendar and you've just been on the edge because it's a whole lot, we understand. We hear you. It is down 50%, $25, just like last year. So you are all set and ready to go. Your support means the world to us and the artists as well. Otherwise, all that crap out of the way. Halo Lo-Fi, by the way, 24 hours streaming every single day on YouTube. We are here, joined by Mr. FoamForge from literally everywhere on social media. How are you doing today, sir?
Fantastic. It's great to be here.
I'm glad that it is.
I'm glad that you're glad.
Well, my friend, listen, we have a whole lot of folks from a lot of different corners of the community. Some of them are folks that are in the cosplay community. We have one standout person that I know of is a guy named Hounds of Meath. He did this really interesting cosplay, combining this ODST attire with this My Time in Oni inspired outfit from My Count of S's work. It was a wonderful bit, and I loved getting to meet him. But the thing is about us and how we interact with the community, and also a lot of our audiences, we don't actually get to say hi to cosplayers very often. So this is a whole different realm that we're getting to touch now. And really what I want to start off with, if we're going to be talking about cosplaying today, is not when, why the hell did you get into cosplay?
Oh, okay. It starts forever and a day ago. I loved Halloween and I love dressing up and stuff. And I have an aunt who is also master's level cosplayer. She does seamstress work and other things like that. And we went to, oh my God, I'm trying to remember the actual year for it now. It's hard. It's the World Science Fiction Fantasy Convention. It's an authors meetup. And it was happening in San Jose that year. I want to say this was like 2002. And she surprised me with my first ever cosplay, because I had made costumes before my first ever cosplay, and it was a set of Jedi gear. And she gave me a lightsaber, which I can't reach. It's on my bookshelf, trapped behind a pile of other things right now that I have for visual reference in case there's any other questions. But she gave me my first ever lightsaber. It has stolen pieces of Canadian Forces property inside of it, including a spring from a Sikorsky Sea King helicopter and a few other bits and bobs.
Allegedly. I was gonna say.
Well,
she gave a 24 pack of beer to a machine shop guy on base to rig it up for me. Allegedly.
Fair trade.
Allegedly in
Fair
Minecraft.
Fair trade.
Did you guys hear that apparently they like put it in official government records now to note that in Minecraft means that it's not happening in Minecraft?
That's hilarious. The government has to pick up on our jargon. Like everyone in office is like 70 years old and above. So they're probably like, what the hell are they talking about?
They definitely hand that down.
They have to put it in all this stuff in writing to make sure like, oh, this new generation is just messing with us. They're not being like, I don't know. It's funny to me that they had to have everything in writing. I think it's hilarious.
That's a crazy place to start off, though, where I don't think I've heard that one before. Is that you already have like it's basically a generational thing. That
it's kind of a weird thing to say, but like Star Wars is the fandom that I inherited, and Halo is the fandom I chose. Is the way I always describe it.
That's a fun way to put it. Actually, that's actually probably going to be much more adopted in the future. To be honest. Yeah, is Halo your franchise? People knocking on the door.
I honestly want to say like I kind of feel the same in terms of Star Wars and Halo. Like I grew up in like a very, very like obviously like we're not like my family like no cosplay or anything like that, but we were big Star Wars fans. And then just slowly over time, I got my first Xbox, and then Halo. I just kind of hit the ground running with Halo. Like don't get me wrong, still love my Star Wars, but just like if anything else. My parent, both my mom and dad, both love Star Wars, but they could never understand like Halo. I don't know if it's just because of it's a video game or something like that. I don't know, but I can kind of relate to you there.
Yeah.
I started with Star Wars. I picked up Halo.
Mm-hmm.
It's been great. Although recently with Star Wars, Disney, interesting. That's all I'm going to leave it at.
Yeah, we're having fun little franchise conversations now, but. That's franchise stuff. We're having fun as a community off to the side because we're allowed to. We can do that. So going into what you've done, what you've been able to accomplish, I'm curious. So like, I actually haven't asked you about this before, I don't think, but do you have any form of involvement or connections to the 405th?
Yeah, I'm a former battalion leader with the 405th, and I was the local leader / the guy, I guess, in Alberta since 2012 when I first wore my ODST.
That's fantastic. So I'm glad that that's said because the 405th is one of those things that everyone's like, oh yeah, it's Halo's 501st or whatever it is the Star Wars community has. And that's pretty much where a lot of the conversation starts and ends. They're like, oh,
kind of,
yeah, Halo has that. But folks don't really get to know what that community does, what it's like. I've joined the forums before. I've talked to people like Caboose. I gotten to hang out with folks like that in person, especially in the Midwest division. But you have been in there for a while then. So what has that experience been like, where people are working together consistently, this cosplay community working consistently? It must feel different than what people would probably assume the average Halo community corner is going to be like. Because it's more creatively collaborative.
It's really interesting. It's a lot of pattern sharing, file sharing. If you know the right people, they'll just throw props at you. I'm like, I shouldn't show these things. But I've had a lot of weird opportunities and been kind of all over the place. So I don't know if you want to know my cosplay chops, and then I can run with that.
Yeah, go for it, dude. Rattle it.
From the top, I guess. My name is Mike. My handle is FoamForge Cosplay. I'm a master's level winning costumer from 2019. I have a master's level prize. I've won 4 costume contests, only one at the master's division. I've been doing Halo cosplay since 2012. When I finished my ODST, it's my first ever costume. I have 4 sets of Halo armor, 5th suit on the way. I did panels at Emerald City. I was featured on Halo the TV series Declassified as part of the 405, since you brought them up. I have also done panels at Halo Outpost Discovery, and oh my god, I was part of the invitation only 2018 community date for 343 as invited as a costumer. And then oh my god, I was the cosplay expert / community stage judge for the costume contest at HCS Worlds in Seattle in 2023. I'm kind of lousy at Halo. I'm so
doing anything to take your time away from the game.
Did you which Outpost Discovery did you go to, or were you at all of them?
I was in Philly.
Me and Austin went to Chicago.
Yeah, we did.
I hear Chicago's really good.
It was
nice. It was a good time.
The only thing that I missed out on, I wish that I hadn't missed those panels, because I know that was those were being hosted by our good pal Duststorm from Podtacular. He was arranging all of those. I had no idea that you were on those panels, though. I'm going through them right now because he's been sending me them. He's like, "Have you actually watched these yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry." But
yeah, it was a lot of smaller stuff inside of like the armory area. So they had a group of cosplay experts up there, and then it was each person with their own kind of specialty. We had a fabric person, an armor worker, a 3D modeler, and props person, that kind of stuff. And you just run the gamut of here's how you start Halo costuming. To the next day, it was like here's an intro to actually how to make your armor good.
Well, with these conversations about where you've been and where you've represented both yourself and the 405th, someone actually in the chat just now, if you saw it, asked if you're going to be at HCS Seattle this year.
I will be, yes. I'll be there with the Cat in the Hat. That's my Mark 7 cosplay.
Ooh. Nice.
And then from there, I should also have, in theory, my Reach concept art pilot done.
Sweet. Oh, concept art pilot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking it to the mountain.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one where I wanted to actually like really flex my creative brain. So I reached out to like Isaac Hannaford and I took the original lineup with all the Reach troopers in it. And I went, "Hey, who's this guy in blue?"
That's awesome. It's just fascinating to me because I'm sitting here like I'm listening to all the different steps and the level of detail that goes into these things, and it's like it's almost confusing to me because I'm sitting here and it sounds like you're basically doing studio level production quality work, but you're basically just doing it for fun. Is the reward in the final product? Is it the community? What is your reward?
The weird thing is it's all entirely how you interpret what the idea of the reward is. For some people, it's the attention. For some people, it's the armor itself. I kind of subdivide the whole world into two different categories of people that wear cosplay, and that is you're either a maker or a cosplayer. And this is again my own. I'm going to say this right now. This is my own personal take on things. But cosplayers tend to be in it for the pictures, the attention, the interaction that comes from wearing the costume in and of itself. Whereas the maker wants to do the thing, and they just want to do the thing until they can't do the thing anymore. Yeah, for me, like I said, I have 4 full suits of armor. I started with an ODST, and it is in some rough shape, but that's because I started out back when there was no such thing as foam smithing. I'm actually older than foam smithing, which is weird because my name, yeah.
Yeah, wait, that's
wait a minute.
Yeah, and then Chief was my first foam suit, and then my Reach Army Trooper is a salvage job. I met somebody in the costuming community who was actually throwing away parts of the Reach Trooper, and I went, well, I'm going to make a Marine, so...
That's crazy. So...
And then
go ahead.
Yeah, the Mark 7 is a stress build from the ground up. I have pictures of him, but I did him in 2.5 months, and he is almost completely game accurate. And it was not bad time. Don't do what I do.
Well, that's the thing that we get a lot. The sentiment that we get: modders, fan game developers, YouTubers, doesn't matter. The sentiment is the same. Don't. But that's the fun part about the creative process. It sucks, but it's so much fun.
So the final product is always great.
It is. I mean, you and I, Connor, we've talked before about at HCS Seattle. Even we were talking about how like you would love to wear a set of Spartan armor.
I would.
Like you'd probably rock it too. So like, it's like there's that feeling. I whenever I was hanging out with November Black one time, I don't remember what convention we were at, but it was in Cincinnati. They invited me to come out, and they didn't want me to look out of place following around a whole team of ODSTs, so they threw me in one of their outfits. And I gotta be real with you. If it's gonna be between the cosplayer and the maker, call me a cosplayer, because I loved the people that were stopping for the pictures and stuff. It was really fun. I
always think of Pfeiffer just standing in line at that store at HGS.
Yes.
What was it?
All geared out.
Dude, Pfeiffer was at HTS Seattle. There's a coffee shop on floor 1 of the convention center.
Oh my, okay. No,
he walked into that coffee shop.
So they're probably like, hi. Like, what the hell am I looking at?
Which that kind of like that sort of thing is what I love, is that it's about having this. I mean, we already talk about it all the time. We like to have fun here. It's about having fun. It's about having a good time. You might not always like it. You might scrap a project. You might screw up something so bad you got to start completely over, and you can reconsider your financial choices. But all of that is set aside, it's still fun.
I've said it a million times. The most fun I had, I think, at HCS was handing out McChickens.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Like we were Robin Hood.
Foam, you seem to be laughing in confusion. Would you like clarification?
Handing out McChickens?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna-
There's a story here. Give it to me.
Not really a story.
It's a pretty significant one, in my opinion.
It's exactly what it sounds like. We just handed out McChickens. We had our buddy Kyle we had a deal with him going into HCS last year. That he's like, I'll buy you guys 100 McChickens when you guys come out, or if you come out, because I think we were still on the fence about going. And he was like, if you guys come out, I'll buy you 100 McChickens. And we're like, no, you won't. He's like, yes, I will. A few months progress. We're like, okay, we'll see you in Seattle. We go to the convention center. Lo and behold, he's got a big old giant McDonald's bag of McChickens.
So he definitely handed out 97.
And
Oh, wait, no. 93. He handed out 93.
It was very fun.
let's say we had our few, and we're like, we all had like 2, maybe 3. And we're like, yeah, we're good.
I had
everyone who would come by, we'd pass them. Hey, like, hey, you guys hungry? Want McChickens? They're like, are you serious? We're like, yeah, we're being so for real.
There were 2 things that
Man
happened.
descended the Halo Mountain to walk amongst the people.
Yes, there's a red versus blue reference about that. But no, there were 2 things that happened that day that made me very happy. One of them was the security personnel and the staff. We fed all of them.
We fed the entire staff. We fed all the security staff.
I'm convinced we could have gotten anywhere after feeding them.
One of them did tell us that he would take us backstage if we had a chance, but we just never found him. But the other one was when General Heed walked by with his entourage, and there's very few things that make me happier than seeing that man with a confused look on his face, just utter horror in a way, because he's walking around with all of this stuff and he's excited about this event. And lo and behold, McChickens. Just utter confusion. But that was just one of the fun things that happened during that event. But that's why I like to talk about this stuff, is because these things invite this sort of entertainment factor. Which, speaking of HCS, there is one thing I'm curious to get out of you on this one. So at HCS in 2022, I think, the first time that they did the HCS Worlds event in Seattle, they had, apparently, according to what I had heard, and by that I mean I'll get to how I heard it, but on the 3rd day, and they've done this every year since, they'll have the cosplayers line up at the entrance so that everyone walks by them and they can be like, wow, that's cosplay. You know, like really excited about how cool things look and take pictures and stuff. And there's some guys that get the spotlight, but everyone's just lined up. And I was shocked because we're showing up in this first year and it's like 10 a.m. and the doors finally open and these guys are just standing there. And I walk up to one of them, which it was this guy that was in one of those, like, it was like an ODST getup with the schmuck and everything, and he's got the whole outfit. And I just leaned for him like, hey, how long have you been standing here? And the guy's like, since 9 a.m.
Help me.
You were standing there for an hour? Of all the things that have happened since you got into this community, is there any like wacky, crazy stuff that has happened to you or in relation to things that you've done that is in that same vein where you're either asked to do something ridiculous or you had to do something ridiculous like that?
Oh, geez. I mean, you know who Div is. Div used to actually be the manager of my local Microsoft store.
Oh!
He pulled us all in for the back in 2015, he pulled us all in, and I just finished this guy for the Halo 5 midnight launch. So there was a bunch of doofuses in costume there. I've stood in line dressed to the nines in Halo costuming, holding a McFarlane Spartan. Like, I have been here for 3 hours to get this signed by Todd McFarlane. And the person in front of me is like, you should have brought a chair, I think.
That's awesome.
Cry.
I mean, I guess what you won't do to just stand around in your armor. I mean, you made it, so might as well use it, right?
that kind of reminds me of like our time in Outpost Discovery in Chicago. Not exactly, because we didn't like sit in the line for it. If you know where I'm kind of going with this.
I think so, yeah.
We got VIP passes for Outpost Discovery in 2019, and Steve Downs and Jen Taylor were there. And we were like going to like the VIP lounge to go meet them and like get them to do like a meet and greet pictures, have them sign whatever. But like the line was going all the way down to like the event floor. like from the VIP lounge, like we would have been there for hours, and we just kind of scrapped it. And that was kind of like our main driving force to get the VIP tickets or the passes to go meet them, and it just didn't happen. We're just like, well, we'll see them at Outpost Discovery next year.
Well, about that.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much.
But hey, that's why we've got these sort of things going on, which, you've brought up now a couple different things that you were involved with. And I'm curious about how these sort of opportunities come your way, because you've described it so far as like a for fun thing. I don't think you do this professionally, if I'm reading this correctly, right? Okay, so if you're not doing it professionally, then where are these opportunities coming from? Are these people that are like, I want you to represent us, I want you to help us out with this, you look like you know what you're doing? How do those kind of conversations start, where you're representing an event or talking about your community, that sort of thing?
This is one of those really weird questions that I honestly don't super have an answer for. But I'm gonna give you some dumb corporate answer.
Sweet.
It starts right here with passion.
With passion.
Being passionate about what you're doing is one of the big easiest ways. So being involved with your craft, loving things like making this kind of thing, but then also being part of a community that understands how hard this kind of stuff is, and being passionate about talking about it to people. Like, I've done the intro to Halo costuming panel. I don't even know how many times over the course of the last decade. I've guested at a couple of conventions and still run the panel. I've toured around. I toured around in 2018 to 6 different events locally, and I ran the how to make Halo armor conversation with people one-on-one over and over and over again, because it's always, how do I do this? How do I make things like this? Oh, that's Fallout. Get that out of here. But it's, how do I learn? Where do I start? That kind of thing like that. And as you start accumulating the ability to talk about it and be involved with it and want to spread it further and higher and whatever else, you eventually pick up how to talk to people. You eventually learn how to explain it to people, break everything down. And as you continue advancing your own craft and getting better and better with that, more people become involved with following you. And because of that, it's a weird self-sustaining community building exercise, wherein it's the reason why I give stuff away on Twitch and on Instagram and that kind of thing. It's that people don't really realize it, because they'll say it's fake internet points if I like your posts. But the more people like it, the more people see it, which gives people like me opportunities to do things like go to Philadelphia and then tell people how to build armor, or go and visit 343 before the studio rebrand and see the museum for the only time I've ever been there.
Yeah. It's an interesting experience. And you've brought up that, you're doing the streaming thing, which I do want to get into in a second. But the streaming thing is how you and I got into contact. I don't actually remember exactly how we met. You're just one of those people that just suddenly, like, there you are, and now I just know you, from my perspective. But I'm curious about, you have this relationship with a certain person that we've had on the show before twice now, and 5 times on Stories from Waypoint, which is just funny to me. But Mr. 00 Martin himself, I want to, regarding him, I just want to know from the mouth of a cosplayer who is a maker by his own definition, Martin going out of his way to make a actual titanium Mjolnir suit. How insane, like, how crazy is that to see?
At this point, with like the all metal ODSTs, Marines, and other things that I've seen, like, the concept is definitely like very grounded, and I can see that. But the fact that he's doing it and succeeding is the thing. I'm like, there's the breakdown. Everything just falls apart right there. Like, I've seen the redesign of the legs 3 separate times now, and I'm just like, the fact that you just keep going more and more game accurate to me, instead of being like, no, there are no compromises here.
Yeah, no, the development. Yeah, the development of that armor has been crazy. If folks listening haven't been paying attention, he is going off the deep end by this point, but he's still cooking. So that being said, the relationship was established with 00, which, when did that happen? Because that seems like it was quite a leap, where, you're representing yourself and your community and all that, but then jumping to 00, did he reach out to you?
It was just kind of melded a few years ago. I can't explain it. I started talking with him and John at around the same time, another streamer / maker, JS Lund. Yeah, I kind of bounced around inside of Zero's Discord, just doing the cosplay thing here and there occasionally, and then it's honestly weird, and I can't explain it.
That's understandable. Well, there's an aspect of that I want to touch on, because we've covered your cosplay, we've covered some of your rather entertaining stories, and gotten to know a little bit more about you and all of that. But there's another element that I want to know about, and that's these tournaments you do, these streams, the charity stuff that you do. Where is that coming from? What's that all about? What is it that people don't know about it that they should know about it?
It started with a charity tournament that I wanted to do as a way to help do fundraising. And I think I've done 2 of them now. 2 sounds correct. I've done 2. Wherein I wanted a way to help fundraise for my Extra Life campaign, where I fundraise for my local Children's Miracle Network Hospital, the Stollery. I have been raising money and doing Extra Life for, this is my 10th event now. It's a charity games marathon. You stay awake for 24 hours, or if you're dumb and do it on the first weekend of November like I do, there's a time change. So you get to 2 in the morning and the clock goes backwards to 1 o'clock and you get to forward.
What a day.
The rare 25-hour stream.
Yeah, it's 1:59 in the morning, and you're like, oh, here comes the rollover. It's 1 again.
That probably does something to you, like mentally. It's probably just so disheartening. Like, come on, I'm making a good push, and then it's just like, nope, back an hour. You thought
It's like watching the finish line take a jump forward.
Yeah, pretty much. Taking the finish
event
line and just
every year somewhere, and like they have an announcer. They had an announcer the second year I was ever there, and then all of a sudden over the PAs, ladies and gentlemen, it is now 1 in the morning. And I was like, oh, nice. And then an hour later, he goes, it is now 1 in the morning again. Like, oh, pain.
That's wonderful. Well, these tournaments...
It started as a way to raise money for my local Children's Miracle Network Hospital, and it just kind of evolved into its own thing. Zero's been huge in helping me out, and we're doing it again this year.
That's so exciting. I do remember now, those tournaments are how we met. I signed up as a contestant at one point, and then I was like, hey, this is really cool. How does one do this? And then conversation just went from there. And it's been a good time ever since. And you've got 2 more, I think, this year that we're looking forward to, right?
Yes, there's still 2 remaining. We've got a Husky Raid event, and then the FoamForge Halo Community Championship, which is a way of just making myself sound really impressive.
That's fair. Now, Shane,
Husky Raid.
Professional opinion. Ranked PvP tournament Husky Raid. Give an opinion.
Oh my god, that sounds so toxic. Ranked PvP Husky Raid just sounds. I mean, it sounds fun. Don't get me wrong, but ranked and Husky Raid is not something that should be thrown in the same sentence. That sounds evil.
It's going to be great, though.
No, 100%. It's going to be great. No, it's going to be great.
Because people, I could just imagine there's that one guy. It would be Connor. There'd be that one guy that never spawns with any good weapon.
No, every time. I swear, whenever we would play, it's just, okay, assault rifle. Dang it.
What's up with you with the assault rifle, dude?
That's my thing, man.
I remember we were doing that Super Fiesta tournament at Halo Outpost Discovery.
That was ass.
Yeah,
we were cooking though.
It was ass because I that's what happened to me. we started going to like the first few rounds. It was like semifinals, and I was just getting. I was not getting anything good. Like it was plasma pistol, storm rifle, like assault rifle. Like no, don't get me wrong, I like the assault rifle, but you throw that in the mix with all the Halo 5 bullshit. You're not doing much. I put my controller down. You moved on without me.
Yeah.
I remember you moved on without me.
I cooked.
And I got up and I'm looking at you. I'm like, I can't do nothing about this. Like, I legit couldn't get anything halfway decent. It was just luck of the draw.
Exactly. But that's the sort of fun stuff that is rather entertaining, especially now. Are you planning on doing anything taking advantage of how HCS is like not coming back next year? Because that was a massive thing. People were really expecting that this was just going to be the thing going forward, but out it goes.
I know that I've talked with Zero about potentially doing more events, maybe something every month, but the issue right now is like sponsors and pricing, I guess, because we need to got to get the word out farther to bring more people in. So it's one of those kinds of deals where I would love to, but how do I get the word out?
That's understandable. Yeah, that's always the difficulty is trying to get people to actually be aware of it. Thank you, Shane, for facing the logo the right way. I appreciate that. We have here. I'm gonna ruin it real quick.
Go ahead.
Shane is giving some appreciation to. We have a branded beer called We Like to Have Fun beer.
What?
Just a thing that happened. There are some folks in here that know that were there. They experienced it for themselves. I still have, I think, 15 cans. I'm working through them very, very slowly. I'm savoring them because they were limited, But point being,
from having Halo beer to your own beer, I'm jealous.
It's good stuff. I'm just saying, it's We Like to Have Fun beer. That's what it's called.
It genuinely, it was very, very good. It was the Answer Brew Pub in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
Was kind enough to gift us our own beer, and we had a little event there. We had a little LAN party. It was nice.
Yeah. So what we're saying is, if you're looking for people to talk to other people, then let's see if we can make some magic happen next year to really pull in some extra folks. Which actually kind of a fun thing. Do you have are you doing like standard or are you doing like VIP pass to HCS?
Standard, unfortunately.
Okay, understandable. I'm only asking that because see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going to say, if
Yeah.
you said HCS,
Yeah.
It seemed like last year just seemed like a nice place to sit.
Kind of, yeah.
That's how I
that
saw
center
it.
bar is real appealing.
I mean, no, that was the one thing that I was eyeballing. It's just like, yeah, like, and you don't got to worry about like pushing through the crowds and everything. Like that was nice, but for me, I'm just like, I was satisfied with a standard ticket. Like, but having that seated area right in the middle with the bar right there, that is nice. But again, I was very much happy with just the standard ticket.
Yeah, if we wanted somewhere to sit, it would just be, all right, let's go watch what's going on in the main stage.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's the thing is that this year is a little bit better for the perks for the VIP. But the thing that I'm mostly interested in, because we're talking about prizes, right? The thing that I'm mostly interested in is that for the VIP package, what they'll give you is they give you this little goodie bag. It's filled with goodies, as is described. It is goodies. And that goodie bag is filled with things that I don't particularly care about. So,
what?
So last year we got it was both me and my wife. So because of that, she got a bag as well. I got the bag, and so we had two of these. They were released last year for like limited edition or something like that. There were these things that were called Nendoroid Stealth Ops Master Chief figure. They were super cute. Yeah, she got me one for our anniversary, so that was awesome. So I already had one. So we got two more. I'm like, well, what am I going to do with these? Well, tournaments, obviously. So we just threw them into the prize pool. So, maybe I could see about hanging on to a couple things for you next time around. But
Be rad.
Wouldn't it? So this is the thing. Now we're hitting that point. I need to rotate. I need a 360. What's going on in that room? How crazy does it get?
I don't know. I always talk about my weird dog, the Action Click Scarab over here.
Golly.
This bucket is signed by every member of Alpha 9 except for Dutch, because he's basically at nothing ever. That's me right there. And then you can't see them, but there's a Mega Constructs me or two down here. One of them was a gift from a friend. One of them was from HCS in 2023. I don't know. It keeps going.
Gosh.
It keeps going. It keeps going. It doesn't stop.
That hurts my bank account just to look at it.
2002 is the first time I ever got my hands on anything that was Halo related. It's some of the joyrides that are up here. There's a sealed Series 1 Master Chief up here. His out-of-box version is right here. Yeah, I've been showing them the Mattel ODST. Oh my god. I have a Mattel ODST.
I guess this guy knows your collection.
It's basically nigh impossible to find. He's probably one of the rarest pieces in my entire thing. He's also out of reach, unfortunately.
But yeah, it's a fact you have him.
He's
Gotta hit
just
a
past
mean
these
lean to
phantoms
see.
here, the two of them.
Okay.
I have a coin collection over there because Laird is here.
Yeah.
I have a small collection of coins. I don't even know. Weird stuff. I've got STCC Comic Con exclusives. I've got launch merch from Reach 2, 3. Somewhere in here is a t-shirt that was given out by like EB Games with the iconic Master Chief on the AR on the back looking towards the plasma round.
Copy
from
that.
the Wraith arcing up from the Starry Night trailer.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
Yeah, like I've got all kinds of weird stuff. This right here is an Isaac Hannaford. Right here is an Isaac Hannaford original of an ODST that he just gave me.
Man,
Because, I've met him a couple of times at Emerald City, the Comic-Con in Seattle. He goes almost every year, sells a lot of his own original work. And it kills me inside because half the time you're talking to Halo people and they're like, who is here? What do you mean who's here?
man. So
So I gathered everybody together and just dragged them all over and was like, this is the man who made your thing.
Man, Isaac Hannaford is one of those guys that's on this list that's like brief conversation and never heard from him again, and it's a painful list to have because he seems like such a chill guy to get to actually sit and talk with as the person who basically invented a lot of the visual style. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm supposed to actually grab a beer with him when I'm there in October, which is really weird to say.
That is pretty dope to say. I would say that's sick. That's great. So as we're coming up to the close here, you've done cosplay, you've done these charity tournaments, you've got these collections going on. Do you think your Halo-ness is going to take you anywhere else, or do you think you're just going to focus on these things for the time being, or do you think it'll just surprise you? Has Halo surprised you before?
Honestly, everything is a surprise with it. The Halo-ness of it, I guess. Everything is random. I haven't planned like any of the things that I've done or places that I've been. They're just opportunities that present themselves. And the thing that I learned wasn't, it was always just go, figure it out, and just say yes first. Say yes, and then it'll take you somewhere.
That's awesome.
It's weird.
No, that's true. That is honestly, that is basically exactly what I tell people all the time. We got emails quite frequently of like, hey, what can we do to make this happen? What do I need to do to make this start? How do I get into voice acting? How do I start a podcast? How do I make a YouTube video? Which is a very vague question, and those questions suck. But it's the question of, how do I do this? How do I get started? And the answer always is just do it. Like, just start. If you don't start, you're not going to do it, period. So like, you're going to have to do it eventually. This goes for everything. This isn't just opportunities. This is things like, let's say, if you're on the fence about participating in a tournament and your armor. Yes. Because man, I can't even like, there's some people that I meet that I'm just like, I can't imagine them on any other life path.
I'm like, yes, this is what you should be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I just like learning about everything. Like, he brought up that there's masters level tournaments and whatnot. I'm like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, there is levels to this.
Yes, there are. And that's where I love this cosplay community thing, because like I love the communities that Halo is among them. It's the community that loves their cosplayers, that love the people that go out of their way to make these sort of costumes. Off the top of my head, you can think of like people like Star Wars, Halo. My opinion, one of the best out there right now, Warframe. Warframe goes remarkably hard with how much they want to support their cosplayers, going to the degree of hiring them for official promotion. It's just insane. Which let's end off with a fun little question here. Let's say tomorrow, for some godforsaken reason, Pierre Heinz reaches out to you. He's not supposed to, but he did anyway. He wanted to skip the line. So he reaches out to you and he's like, hey, I got this Halo thing that I would like your help with. What do you hope is the next thing that comes out of his mouth?
I need a team of makers. Are you in? Yes. 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 I didn't tell you what it is. Doesn't matter. Yes. Yes.
So it's like trailer. No. It could be season 3 of the TV show. You're still saying yes.
Yeah. I mean, as a guy that was mistaken on Reddit for being season 2's production of the Halo TV show.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I did a photo shoot out in the desert in Drumheller, in southern Alberta with a bunch of other dudes, and it got around on Reddit with, hey, my dad sent me a picture of these dudes.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I mean, to their credit, the Halo TV show's armor does not look bad at all. I think Kai's armor is one of the best suits we've ever seen.
The art style isn't the problem.
Yeah.
The art style in the show wasn't the problem.
No.
For what it was worth, the show looked good.
Yeah, everything looked good.
Besides the elites in season 1.
Beatles.
Honestly, getting to sit in with the costume designer from the Halo TV show was like, it was mind blowing.
That's got to be crazy, man.
They have designated in-out ports for cold water injection for cooling the actors while they're on set, and they have 4 duplicate versions of each suit, with 3 being stunt oriented, and then 5, with 2 of them also being hero suits for like up close shots.
So we're talking like that's where we're getting millions of dollars in the budget going and getting spent.
They Halo Studios spent something like $200,000 on both the suits from Hunt the Truth, because they're professionally made full movie quality suits for Chief and Locke. And if they're having like 5-6 versions of each suit per actor for the main cast of each show, so that way, yeah, like anytime they would damage a part on set for their stunt scenes, they had other suits just ready on standby, and they'd be like, oh, somebody's knee is broken. Get that over to production. They got to fix that. Get me one of the spares off of this suit. And they just run the numbers and just hot swap parts as they went.
See, that sounds like something that you would love doing.
Yes.
That sounds like it'd be fantastic.
Get me in there.
See, that's the thing is that that's why when I've gotten questioned before about November Black, for example, because November Black it's headed up by Offerth 3D, and Offerth is, I mean, he's a fantastic maker. I'm going to use your word from now on. He's a fantastic maker, and when I asked him, because we have our needs, we have our desires, we all have them. I'm like, how much would an ODST suit be? And he's like, well, without going into your measurements, without going into all of the various details that would in fact influence how much this is going to cost you, I will just give you a rough estimate of $10,000 because he's making it with poly rubber and making it studio quality, film ready, all this stuff. He goes that far. And when people ask me, because people go out of their way to ask me this instead of him, they'll ask me how much that is, like how much is it to ask for a suit? Because I guess they're thinking that I can give them an in, like, oh, use code OFFERTH to get 75% off, dude. No, you're paying for that. It's a lot of money, but that's what you're getting when you have these high quality things. That's why, even if people can disagree on like whether or not costumes are good or not, this whole costuming, if it's cosplay, if it's professional, it is an incredibly time-consuming and expensive process that has to be respected, and that's why I had to talk about this stuff today. What are you laughing about?
Dataroth.
What about it? Use promo code Connor141. Not again. That's an OG right there. That's an OG reference. Oh man, we have to get another sponsor lined up.
We should.
But anyway, is there anything coming up in your future, Mr. Forge, that folks can get excited about? Anything that people need to have on their radars, in their schedules, to be ready to get from you next? He's looking around for something.
One time I decided to actually clean my office and put I'm hosting 2 Halo tournaments. I have a bunch of Halo Flashpoint stuff to just give away to people during those events. And I've got 2 conventions left on the docket the year. I've got Edmonton Expo, which is happening here in Edmonton, and then I've got HCS Worlds, which I've already got my accommodations taken care of, and I've got the badge for, so I will be there.
Fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you then. There's a lot of people here in this server that are going to be looking forward to seeing you as well, because we already know I think, off the top of my head, I think I've heard that there are going to be 10 people in this server that are going, either ranging from member to they're on the Halo guest role. So going to be a lot of folks to say hi to. But maybe be like last year where we had 3 different carpools that went across country. That was a really smart idea.
That was just crazy to just think about that it happened.
Oh, I mean,
just a convoy.
One person goes through someone else's state, they get picked up, and just
the jumper convoy was nuts.
That was insane. That was awesome. But maybe it'll happen again. But thank you for joining us here today, Mr. Forge. It's been fantastic having you on. Where can people find you on socials?
You can find me as FoamForge Cosplay everywhere. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I'm always up to answer any questions or anything that you may have, from beginner, intermediate to master's level of competition. I guess intermediate/journeyman. If you got it, I am willing to answer it as best as I possibly can. And if I can't answer it myself, I'll throw you at somebody I know that's either done it a million times before or is also banging their head against the same wall.
Perfect. Sounds fantastic. Well, my friends, before we head off into the Patreon segment, as always, JumperScape.com if you want to get plugged into what we're doing. If you want to find him, go and find all of the stuff that's tied into him. At some point, we're going to update the website so that we have a little page for all the guests so that you can just go to our site and find ways to find them and contact them directly, just to make that easier for those of you who just cannot be bothered to type in a username. I know who you are. So, setting that aside, though, you can also go to JumperScape.com to join our community. There's the Discord button at the top right corner. There's also ways to support us there. Otherwise, the calendar project is still going. The 2026 calendar project is still ongoing. There's a new option available to you. Just to remind you, $25, cut in half from the original $50 asking price. It's been a massive conversation to figure out how we could pull that off and if we could do it again. And we've made it happen again. So if you've been on the fence about supporting this project and getting yourself a calendar for 2026, it's going to be filled with a whole lot of new details, a whole lot of really good pieces made by some of the most fantastic artists that we could find around the community. So if it is in your interest, we would very much support or appreciate your support. Otherwise, my friends, we're going to be headed off into our Patreon segment here in a bit. Join us next week for Mr. Ronnie Renton to come back and bother us once again.
He's just sitting there listening to this. He's
just one single tear, yeah.
So I can't wait to be blown away by more tabletop stuff.
Hey, you're fascinated by this stuff. I got to get you into that game, dude.
Dude, he told me about some of the stuff they do at conventions. I'm like, what?
You what?
Ah, man, it'll be a good time. But anyway, thank you again, Mr. Forge, for joining us, and we'll see you guys in a bit here for the Patreon segment.
Patron.
Patreon.
I know Patron to drink and all. It just sounds funny to me.
Our patrons.
The lowercase, uppercase Patreon spelling.
Well, to get things kicked off, thank you so much to our Patreon members. If you guys want to support our show, the best way to do it is either you got to go out of your way and just help us out by giving us ratings or commenting on our episodes, especially on Spotify. That really helps us in the algorithm. Or if you want to go further, you can go to our Patreon, which you can go to patreon.com/JumperScape, or you can find us on JumperScape.com, and it'll take you straight there when you find our support button. So that amount of support is super appreciated, and these guys help make a lot of stuff possible. So starting off with the top tier, the Chroniclers, it's Default 456, Scion Esports, Dark Solid 42. Anyone have any ibuprofen? I got a headache, cat. Connor, my eyes are up here.
Okay.
Hounds of Meath, Jason Todd, Noah Roulette, D1. The only Dick Hammerbush.
Yeah!
Did you shout into the can?
It didn't sound as what I thought it would.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sure it was going to be like real good.
Yeah, I think I gotta get a bigger can, put it over the mic, and then scream into it.
Yeah, maybe at some point you should just grab Jimmy and just
I want to go for that Xbox 360 Live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's going to be good stuff. Cool Blaze, H Goes Head, Grunt at Nipple Academy Lactation Department, Jerome with the Chair, Sparta Gugu, Jim56, Connor Clark, Dylan, James's Proudson, Healy, father-in-law, Jess, John Dowsett, Lactating Gear, Lactating Milk MT, Macabre Cobweb, support the calendar, or 343 Guilty Spark will get up. Is that what that is? Or get you. We'll get you. Okay. I mean, this is possible now. Mr. Dadabo is in my email contacts. The Lactation of Mercy, Thomas Lane, Austin. When are you starting your OnlyFans account? How do you know I didn't already? How do you know I'm not already leaking classified documents from the Spartan program?
Okay, he said Oni. I'm like, did he just say Oni?
Oni. OnlyFans.
I love that play on words. That is excellent.
Bombastic Ungoy. Sky Cairo. Do they keep you in a cells? I don't know. Do you know what that is?
Keep you in a cell?
I got no idea.
Yeah,
Durandal, Eva, JumperScape is canon in Halo lore one day. Jake Samelli, Lone Blaze again. My name is Austin. Oops. Random Sfeed, Shade Communications, Slap Nuts, Tails Williams, The Big Moose, Unknown Hero, Zeta Lactation, Tika Vadamai, Osio DST, Brain Rod, Chaplain's Drive, Damian Groth, Drunk Silvari, Endurance of the Stoic, Ethan. Waiting for it to load. Girl Dad, Sam Huragog Rossum. I'm going to behave for my boy Tim. I'm huffing the Ungoy methane tanks immediately after it's perfect. Clark Sent. I hate that. Clark Kent, but the C and the K are backwards. Marry me, Naomi 010. Real. Master Chief is just 3 raccoons in Mjolnir armor. Nothing beats a Halo calendar. And right now you can save 50% per calendar. That's $100 off for a family of 4. You know, actually, last year we did have someone that got 5 calendars.
Did someone really make their name the promo for the new pricing?
This is a thing that happens. They know how to help. Pity 104, the original lactation sensation, often imitated, never duplicated. The prophet of truth's erectile dysfunction pills.
Oh.
I have a hard time getting it up in the morning.
TMI. It's so funny. Vermin, Apple Level Out for Christmas, Apple Juice 01, Boomerang, Claude's Rock 5970, Dangle Muskrat. We're back. Still on the front lines dealing with all this lactation. Shout out to the Muskrat. I'm glad that we didn't take you out, buddy. Dragon Fire, Fish Dough, Guilty Spark, discounted LASIK starting at $343. I kissed a Kigyar and I liked it. Infinity Class Milk Carrier Lactational Sensation, Iskari, John Halo in the Last of Staten's Notebook, Kiri, Lactating Kitty Big City. Mad Jeremy, my name is Mud. Nero Nomad, Pasta Rocket Mechanic, PFC Dustin Echoes, Potassium Sword, Ryan Hansen, Sergeant Johnson Stick, The Communal Rock, Snoogans, The Redacted, Spartan Alex 30, T-Pass Party, Wilma, Would You Like the Loadling Pickles, and last but never least, Gavin and Warm Apple Smile. Thank you.
I can't wait till the council of Patreon names comes together and they make everyone just a tongue twister every turn.
I would have such a good time with that because my grandfather, when I was a teenager, he would be like, "Go ahead." I'll be like, "Okay, rubber baby monkey bumpers, rubber baby what was that? Rubber baby monkey bumpers." Yeah, rubber baby monkey bumpers, rubber baby monkey bumpers, rubber baby monkey bumpers. He would have me like the worst one. I hate the one I hate is toy boat. Go ahead, say it 3 times fast.
Toy boat.
Toy boat.
Toy boat, and I'm already good.
There you go. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. It's so annoying, but he did in fact teach me a lot of these. So
it'd be fun to watch people come up with some original ones.
It would be fun because the ones that I've practiced are like the
classics.
Like how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Well, a woodchuck all the way to could chuck a woodchuck could chuck wood.
He's chucking all right.
Anyway, get those hands up. We have 500 Halo Infinite credits on the line, and they could be yours.
How am I going to do the selection process today?
You should do it based on credit score.
Nah, let's not air out people's names like that. Because honestly, if people were going by credit score, I would have to feel obliged to pick the lowest.
Well, we have one hand up so far. Is no one else interested? It's free credits. Even if you don't like the game, it's still free. I mean, this might be nice for Currently Not Here because he might just go completely uncontested.
I mean, he's not here, though.
You're so right. We can't pick him. He's currently not here. He's going to have to change his username to Currently Here for me to actually be convinced, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll actually go out of his way.
I think, I don't know the inner workings of Discord all that well, at least not off the top of my head.
Hold! Listen, Dave, I know you're cooking, but you could be cooking in the Halo quiz and get all the questions right, and you get 500 Halo Infinite credits sent straight to your Discord DM. The fact that not currently here, all caps.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna have to pick that just for the name change.
Absolute cinema.
And the fact that he's uncontested. But
Keith, can we get Mr. Currently Not Here up on the stage?
No, he's currently here now.
He's currently here. Right. Yeah, sorry.
Is my mic working?
Yes, yes, it is.
Finally.
I gotta mute him. That way we're not hearing double.
So currently here, real quick, before we get started, why were you not here in the past?
I don't know, man. It was a name change, or for a while I went by like James Does Something for a while. I just like, okay, that sounds very 11-year-old-ish.
And then James hasn't been
so
here for a while.
I was racking my brain and I just came up with that, and that's what I went by
That'll do
for
it.
the past like 5 years or something.
Well, hey man, have you been paying attention the entire night?
I had to take a quick drive to get some ingredients for dinner, but mostly, yeah.
Okay, well, what are you making for dinner then?
We had taco pasta salad. It was pretty good.
Oh, hell yeah, taco pasta salad.
You lose me at salad.
Well, okay, but hold on, brother. So
no, it was like pasta, like the spinny kind, right? It's like it looked like a coil.
You're talking about rotini?
Yeah.
I can picture it.
Meat, like taco meat, cheese, and some olives, and it was really good.
That sounds amazing.
You lose me at the olives.
Connor.
Olives probably being the salad part.
This man doesn't know what a vegetable is, by the way.
There's very few vegetables I'll eat, and most of the time it'll be on sandwiches straight up. It'll be green beans,
Did you say on sandwiches?
Yeah. Like lettuce, spinach.
Did you say you're putting green beans
No,
on
no, no.
sandwiches?
I said green beans I can eat
That's-
straight up. I can eat straight up.
Wait, you can eat green beans, but you don't like things like asparagus?
No. Don't question me, brother.
I question you a lot. That's like one of the most common Anyway, you got 10 questions. You have 10 questions to answer. You get 2 of them wrong. You got a third one, you're out of here. If you get a question correct, you hear. And if you get a question wrong, Jeff Steitzer gets upset with you.
Social
Here we go.
credit
Oh, no.
deducted.
So, here's the thing. You have one lifeline. That is the trademark Connor lifeline. If you are down on your luck, there is a chance that Connor paid attention better than you, and he can give you this answer.
It's a gamble. I live gambling. I live for gambling.
Oh, I'm definitely getting pulled today.
Now, are you prepared for question 1 and beyond?
Perhaps.
I like that answer. Here we go. Starting off with question 1. What was FoamForge's self-proclaimed inherited franchise? Was it Halo? Was it Star Trek? Was it Star Wars? Or was it Destiny?
Perhaps I'm not ready for this. Destiny.
Social
And we're off to a
credit
bad start.
deducted.
Bad start, chat. Okay.
But it's okay. The rest of them require a little less. There's only one more question about FoamForge directly, so we should be fine now,
Okay.
right?
Perhaps.
Okay. Question 2. Halo's cosplay community is officially called the 501st, the 419th, the 405th, or the 343rd?
The 405th.
It's the 405th!
I met a portion of them when I went to Dallas.
That's sick. Did you tell them that you're there representing JumperScape and you love them and you want them to work with us?
I'm gonna be real here. It was not a part of the server.
I know you're very new around here, but I appreciate how active you've been with how new you've been.
Yeah.
Next question. There were a total of blank suits used in production of the first season of Halo TV show. This was said by FoamForge during this episode actually today. Was it 3? Was it 4? Was it 5? Or was it 6?
Repeat the question, please.
There were a total of blank suits used in the production of the first season of the Halo TV show. Was it 3 suits? Was it 4 suits? Was it 5 suits? Was it 6 suits?
400 on 4, Alex.
Social credit
I'm sorry.
deducted.
I might be stupid.
It was 5. There were 3 stunt suits and 2 hero suits, as he said.
I had 3. Dang it.
Next question. This is it. You either have to use your trademark Connor lifeline, or you're gonna have to just hope that you get through the rest of these without getting a single one wrong. But you got 6, 7 more to go. So I believe in you, man.
You can do it, senor.
You can do it, senor. Maybe, and you know, if you don't win today, there's a chance that you'll come back next week. No one else will be able to join again. You can just get another shot.
But okay.
Next question. This cosplay group was used as war propaganda by Russia. Were they November Black, Containment Media, Impact Props, or that's a ridiculous question, Austin?
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Russian propaganda?
Yes, this was a real thing that we...
I think I remember seeing this. November Black?
It was November Black. You got it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I remember seeing that from them, I think.
Yep. It was More Shots was talking about it quite a bit on his Instagram.
That's actually wild. I would have not expected that.
It was crazy, dude. Russia's desperate. Next question. Halo armor is difficult to translate to human body cosplay because it's either too tight for the human body or it's too big for the human body.
Too tight.
It's too tight. Can't fit a head in there. It's too big on the body.
Yeah, Halo, like looking at it in Blender, Halo models, like especially like the previous Halos, like Halo 3, their proportions are way off.
Halo 3's Spartans without the armor and just the tech suit is so funny. They look like shrimps. Like I look at that and I think like I could have bullied you in school. Like that's what I think of when I see the Spartan 2s in all their glory.
And then they hit you with an augmented flick.
Yes. Yeah. And I would not survive that like Halsey did. Next question. The most common cosplay seen in the Halo community is blank and blank. So you have to choose 2 out of these following 4 answers. These are the most common cosplays. Marines, ODSTs, Spartans, Elites.
ODSTs and Spartans.
It is ODSTs and Spartans. It was originally going to be either just like pick one, but I couldn't actually remember if it was more ODSTs or Spartans. There's a lot of both. So
I remember seeing this one really good like Elite Ultra on like at HCS Worlds or something. Like one of them. I forgot.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Next question. Question 7. You're cooking now. You're on a hot streak. Just keep it going.
Okay.
Question 7. True or false? I broke the only Halo cosplay I ever got to wear.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
What broke on it?
I broke 2 things actually. So I was standing around and I felt really cool walking around with my helmet underneath my arm. Don't do that.
Oh, no.
So the helmet slipped out and it was a Sean Bradley kit that was 3D printed.
Oh no.
So I cracked the helmet and I was like, you can fix that, right? He's like, no, I got to redo the whole helmet actually. I'm like, oh, well, how much is it? Anyway, I paid him. So it was fine.
You're not even gonna disclose how much.
No, and then I also broke his assault rifle. That one, I don't know if it was actually my fault. I actually don't know because I just at one point I looked down and the PEC box that he had on the side that was like for the laser sight, quote unquote, was just all of a sudden not on anymore. And I handed it over to him. He's like, "Oh, that was hot glued." I'm like, "Okay, so I'm gonna guess that was not me, but I'm still gonna take blame." Anyway, yeah, true. Great. Next question. The one significant difference between Halo 3 and Halo 4 Spartan armor, and I'm only picking one because there are many, but the most significant one is Halo 4 has thinner armor, Halo 4 had modular armor pieces on a tech suit, or Halo 4's armor plating is full body.
It was modular.
Yes. It was the modular armor, and it was probably one of the coolest things ever. Those armor suit up scenes in Spartan Ops, badass.
Makes it easier in Blender, but holy crap.
All right, 2 more to go, man. You still haven't used your trademark Connor Lifeline yet either, so
Wait, could I doom him for his prize?
it is possible.
What?
All right, last 2 questions. Question 9. The current #1 trend in Halo cosplays right now, currently, is ODST helmets, flaming helmets, custom weapon props, or cat ears.
Oh.
Can I use my lifeline?
Okay, Connor, the trademark Lifeline has been used. FoamForge discussed this earlier, where I made a passing comment about what's the thing that people use the most, and he made a joke pointing at one of the things that he made. What is the current most common trend?
Oh, wait.
See,
I think I was
It's
here
too
for
late.
this.
You already called upon Connor. You can't undo that.
you see, the real unfortunate part is I couldn't see the screen when he was pointing. So I'm gonna guess. I feel like the cat ears.
It's the cat ears!
Oh my god, okay.
Connor got you that one, man.
Genuinely sweating right now. hold on, I gotta turn on my fan real quick.
If your victory is in the hand
Like
of Connor.
lucky, it nearly got up to like 100 here in Arkansas. It's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't see when he pointed. Because most of the time when I'm watching my phone,
Yeah.
I'm watching the chat only. I'm not watching the video feed. Like anytime
That's so fun.
if I probably in any point in the recording and he's pointing at stuff and you see me looking, you might see my head kind of poke into the corner for a second.
So awesome. All right, last question. And this one, I hope you've been keeping up with the cosplay community. We've talked about this guy in the past. This is related to cosplay. This wasn't directly spoken of, but it's made the rounds.
Okay.
Question 10. These 2 weapons have been made fully functional. They're 100% accurate by the user B Squared on YouTube. Assault rifle, SMG, battle rifle, shotgun. 2 of them.
Battle rifle and shotgun.
Social credit deducted.
It was assault rifle and battle rifle. You almost had it.
I was so
Oh,
close.
it wasn't
to
the assault rifle?
It was the AR and battle rifle.
Oh, AR. Okay.
that.
Oh, wait,
Yep.
I know there's a working shotgun model.
There
out
is a working shotgun not made by B Squared.
Okay, yeah.
B Squared, like a lot of people have made Halo props and that function, but B Squared is the only one that has made them like they are full metal, they are fully accurate, they're 1-to-1, and he just recently did the assault rifle.
I know the shotgun would be the easier one because there's no like digital ammo counter on it.
I don't think B Squared made a shotgun.
I knew there were people who made the weapons. I was just going off what I saw from like Impact Props since they did videos on shooting them.
Yes, I'm okay. So I'm clarifying again, guys. I said B Squared. The user B Squared. B Squared has made 2 guns.
Yeah.
The user B Squared has made 2. He's made the assault rifle and the BR, and those are the most accurate weapons that anyone in the Halo community has ever made, even compared to the shotgun. They are the most accurate.
He took a shotgun and flipped it. That's hilarious.
But with that being said, I'm sorry. I get to keep my
That's
500
close.
credits. But I will say, just out of the kindness of my heart, I will double it and give it to the next person. So,
Which is me next week.
it could be if no one else feels like
It could
challenging
be.
you.
If say the only other
I
person,
shall stay up to date with my JumperScape knowledge.
I think the only other person. I don't even think they're in here right now. The only other person who wanted to go was Mr. Buha, but he had to leave. It's for some reason.
How unfortunate. Well, that's gonna be it for the quiz. So thank you so much for joining us, my friend. And we'll
Of
see. We'll
course.
see you back in the audience. We got to head over into our Q&A.
Yeah.
All right, Connor. Number.
Let's go a little short because we did a long one last time with a 12.
Yep.
I'm feeling a little tired today, so I'm feeling a little bit of a 8.
8. Okay.
8.
Okay. Let's see here.
I think 8's probably my minimum unless
8's your minimum.
I like really have something to do afterwards.
That's understandable. Okay. First question comes from Captain Laser. If I remember correctly, one of y'all was excited for Mafia Old Country. Who's your favorite protagonist from the Mafia series? And he isn't here.
Yeah.
The one time someone brings up Mafia.
Yeah. See, I brought it up on The Slush.
The Slush on Chatternet, streaming every day.
I don't know. Shane would have answered. I don't know.
I've not played the game.
Turbo Furby is up next asking, if JumperScape got an amusement park ride based on a show, which show would you pick and what kind of ride would it be? Well, I wish James was here now.
Dang it.
Okay. You
You
went to Cedar Point just yesterday, though, so
Yeah.
you've got a fresh point of reference.
All right. So based on a show?
Yeah. Me personally, I'm basing it off of our unreleased show that you and Shane are making together.
Oh.
Yep.
Um.
And I would make it like Siren's Curse and call it Stratagem.
But you said a ride though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the slingshot because it's gonna throw people for a loop.
What's the slingshot based off of? Which show?
Oh, the unreleased one.
There you go. Next question. Richard Shovel Shrub asks,
That's a new name.
I've never seen that one. What is the biggest Covenant force, a single troop, a single dropship, a single battalion, a single ship, a single fleet, etc., that the world's current combined military could beat in a fight, assuming the Covenant doesn't just glass them from space and there is no fighting on Earth? Okay. The most that they could beat, I'm going to... So this is the thing, right? We might have what we need to kill elites. Like, we have the ammunition, we have the rounds that can do it. It's just more like, are we physically capable of doing so? Because even the average Marine in Halo is juiced. Like, they don't have augmentations or anything, but they are on some form of cocktail that's even more potent than the cocktails we have today for our modern military. So they're on stuff.
I would like to think that they're all running Tren. A little bit of Tren, obviously some testosterone for base.
Yeah, it would probably end up being, I'm gonna guess, it would be like
for recovery after missions, BPC 157. What else is there? For general health. Oh, they gotta be on blood thinners so blood can run a little faster. What else do we got? Stim boosters. Definitely some fish oil for the joints. Gotta have that joint support. What else do we got? Yeah, off the top of my head, that's definitely what they could be running for our modern guys.
Sounds good.
For what we modernly have.
So I'm gonna say that it would be a Corvette. A Corvette and its full complement could probably be taken out by the military, like global military. I don't think there'd be anything bigger than that, because as soon as you introduce a ship that has a shield,
yep,
done. There's nothing we can do about that.
I mean, we have imagine a nuclear powered EMP blast.
So here's the problem: you do that. What happens to us?
The ship is down.
The ship is probably still fine, and we just lost our entire military.
Just launch it. Just launch the EMP above it, I guess. I don't know.
It would still be... EMPs have a very long You've played Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was... no. Anything you introduce a shield, the shield immediately becomes the biggest problem.
We do have rail cannons.
Yes, but
they're very prototype.
If 500 years in the future, when we're caught off guard by them, we get like fleets destroyed by one ship, and like our fleets have Mac cannons and all of that already, can you just picture how bad we would just get rocked? That would be the epitome of bent over. You know what I mean? Like, it would be bad.
I'm sure. I feel like we have something that could do it. It's just the public isn't allowed to know. That's what I'm going to leave it at.
So a question here is an 8-hour flight. Pick your seat. So in row 1, we have Master Chief with an empty seat, Cortana with an empty seat, Arbiter with an empty seat, what looks like Rookie with an empty seat, Noble 6 with an empty seat. And then on the right side of the plane, I'm assuming is like either the middle or this is one of those wonky planes, we have Veronica and Buck. We have Keyes and Johnson. We have Truth and Tartarus. We have the Gravemind and Flip Yap. And we have Emil and George.
How's the Gravemind on a plane?
He can be anywhere.
So so I'm sitting next to a flood infected person at that point.
Well, you could be just sitting next to like what looks like a potted plant, but it's there was also additional notes here. I have to pick something other than 6 being sitting next to Buck and Veronica. That's, I wouldn't pick that either. I wouldn't want to be between that tension. Connor, you have to pick something that's not 10 because 10 is where George is sitting. And Shane and what? No, all of us wouldn't have been able to pick 2 because that's where Cortana is.
Got Shane pretty good there. I'm on the bet. I saw Emil was on there. Where's he at?
Emil was with George, so you can't sit there.
Oh no, that's where Shane's gonna be then. I'm gonna answer for him.
That would make sense. He would want to sit with Emil.
Yeah.
I would probably actually want to sit with... I'm actually going to say I would sit with Arbiter.
I'm going to sit with the Gravemind. I mean, the Grunt's going to be there, but there's so much knowledge and lore and just stuff, just as many questions you can have answered, because he's got the knowledge of how many people.
Are you not worried about being violated?
I mean, we're flying somewhere, so I'm assuming he's going to choose not to overcome everyone.
he's just following laws for that day.
Yeah, I feel like he's got a Grunt right there, so I don't know. And then if I really just want to break from whatever's going on with the Gravemind, I just look over at the Grunt. I'm like, what does methane taste like? Explain that.
I'm huffing the ongoing methane tanks. All right, next question. Superman stuck in Shane's garage asks, who wins? Shane with a large stick, Connor with a steering wheel from a 1978 Chevy Impala, or Austin with half a brick?
So I get a steering wheel?
You get a steering wheel specifically from a 1978 Chevy Impala. Oh, boy. This implies you might have the Chevy Impala.
I mean, I had an Impala, but not 1978.
Is it
like 2003?
It's probably full metal, though, right?
No, it's just like a...
No, this one.
Oh, wait, what year?
This 1978. I'm gonna guess this steering wheel must be...
I'm gonna bet it's one of the big ones. 1798
is when this car was released.
CHEVY. Chevy.
Impala. For now, I'm going to say Shane loses, period. Because he might have a large stick, but Connor has a steering wheel and I have half a brick. Those two things are stronger than the stick.
I wish he was here so I could know what his plans are with that stick.
You probably go for your knees. Or maybe he would try to break your collarbone again.
So he's got a good chance of breaking one. The other one is titanium reinforced. I'm gonna assume, because most of them are showing up for different cars, but basically it's gonna look like that. They are metal underneath with a padding all around.
That's not fair. Okay, so Connor has a metal wheel, and I have half a brick. So Shane died.
So
we beat him to death.
See, what's your plan with that brick?
My plan with the brick is probably like I would either go one of two routes. I would either go get nice and close and then try to like point blank you in the face with a throw right to your jaw.
That's if you get close.
Yeah, and then
if you throw it, you're then defenseless.
The thing is, the second option is probably what I would go for instead. See, it's a steering wheel, so it's probably easy to grab. So I would grapple that thing, and then I would try to just, David and Goliath your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with a steering wheel and get real creative with that.
I don't like how that's just your answer. I don't. I went into all this, and you went, I can get creative with that steering wheel.
Yeah. What do you say about Shane's stick?
I said that he died.
No. Like, what was the details about his stick?
Just a large stick.
I feel like Shane would pick a stick that would be overly too big.
Or like he can't lift it, or
no, like it'd be like one of those sticks that you could like easily pick up but have a hard time swinging because
so he has
it's
the
so
range
long.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How big of a stick are we talking? Like one that he can like have one swing and then he's screwed, or like thin enough to where you could catch it and then be fine.
Someone take this question, make it into a poll in general chat, set it for like an hour, and then let's see who people decide. Kyle, miss you, buddy, asks, who wins? James with the headrest from a 99 Jeep Wrangler driver's seat, or Austin with a can of brake fluid that was sitting inside a 2003 Chrysler 300C? I don't like how you just say Chrysler 300C because I used to have that. That's like exactly what I used to have.
So a plastic liquid-filled jug versus a what was the headrest?
99 Jeep Wrangler. So I'm going to guess that one is. Well, I mean, it's a headrest, so it has those metal spikes on it because that's what it uses to lock into place.
1999.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Because if you take off that padding, it's probably just straight metal spikes.
I'm gonna laugh if I like the first picture I see just doesn't have headrest R-E-S-T.
Indeed. Nothing.
I can't find it. I
Well,
can't find like a good picture.
You had a Jeep when I was a kid, and I know that those Jeeps headrests got metal spikes on them to lock them in place.
Maybe is it the back seat or the passenger seat? Because if it's the front, any of the front seats, they kind of look a little connected, unless those are aftermarket seats. But
they might be. If we're talking specifically a headrest, I'm going to guess that I'm going to go up against metal spikes, and I'm doomed. So
you get a legitimate plastic jug.
Yeah, I'm good without. Last question comes. Well, two more questions. Master Beef asks, who wins, Sergeant Johnson with a rock or a naked elite with a cricket bat? That's perfect. So two references here, Connor. One, Sergeant Johnson used to serve with a platoon, and he used to have sticks, 2 sticks and a rock for the whole platoon, and they had to share the rock.
I've heard the quote.
Yes, and then the naked elite with a cricket bat. That's Henry, the naked elite with a cricket bat from Mona Lisa. So Henry or Johnson?
I'm gonna go Johnson because I don't look at cricket as a actual sport. I know there's a whole section of the world that statement will make mad.
I'm gonna go with Johnson because he was face to face with an elite that he had never ever seen in his life before, wearing armor that was more ornate than any other elite that he had met before, which the more ornate the armor is, more than likely means that that is the higher ranking elite, thus the more skilled elite. And his immediate reaction was, "How you doing?" So this guy's got some plans that I don't know about. Last question comes from Turbo Furby once again, asking, what is the longest flight you've ever taken? Mine was a 14-hour flight, 4 hours from Kansas City to Phoenix, and then another 10 hours from Phoenix to Honolulu. Probably the flight to Ireland. I think that one was like 8 or 9 hours.
Oh.
Which I was shocked that was actually how long it was. I thought it was longer.
I want to say, I wish I could remember the times, but if we're going off a distance, I'm probably gonna have to say a flight I took when I was a kid down to Aruba.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Aruba's like 17 miles north of Venezuela. Just some small island.
Sick. Well, that's that for the questions then. With that being said, I think that's pretty much everything that we've got today. So join us again next week for Ronnie Renton joining us for Halo Flashpoint, talking about all this fun stuff. If you have any questions for Ronnie, please feel free to start writing them down, and then we'll have them ready whenever you guys are here in the live channel. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to have them in a Zoom call, and we're going to try to stream that Zoom call. We're going to hope that that works. So
I can't
here's
wait.
hoping.
I can't wait to see this poll.
All right. It's going to be a good time, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening today. Feel free to support us at JumperScape.com. Find us on Spotify and all the other platforms and give us some nice ratings and comments. It helps us with the algorithm. And otherwise, we will see you next week.
See ya.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.